This introductory video will show you the most important features and work processes in MAGIX Video Pro X. When you start the program, a selection dialog will open. Here, you can choose if you want to start a new project or open an existing one. Select Create New Project. You can give the project a fitting name under Project Name. The option Automatically Generate Proxy Files converts high-resolution files into smaller formats for editing. This makes editing demanding projects much smoother. This option does not affect the export process. The original files will be used when you export your project. Under Movie Settings, you can set the desired video format and audio sample rate. Clicking OK will take you to the main interface in MAGIX Video Pro X. The Video Pro X program interface is split up into several areas. There are two monitors, the Program Monitor and the Source Monitor. The Program Monitor is used for video output of objects in the Arranger, and the Source Monitor is used for previewing files. The Media Pool serves to control and load multimedia files of all kinds. You also have access to transitions, titles, and effects here. The Arranger window is where the actual video editing process takes place. The Arranger contains a toolbar with the most important features for editing objects. The Project folder is where all files needed for the project are collected. Before you can start editing your video, you need to place the clips and files into the timeline. You can directly import files from a camera to Video Pro X. To do this, click on the Record button under the Source Monitor. Connect your camera to your computer and select the corresponding option. In this case, we want to select AVC HD. Select your camera under Video Source and select all the files you want to use in your project. Next, click Import. You can access the files on your computer in the Media Pool. First, double-click on a file to display it in the Preview monitor. The In and Out point buttons let you assign start and end markers to your clip to indicate which part of the video clip should be inserted into the timeline. To import the video into the timeline, simply click on the video image in the Source Monitor and drag it into the desired track in the Arranger window while holding down the mouse button. Audio and image files can be imported into the timeline in the same way. The files are now located in the timeline as objects and are ready for editing. Note that all files that you import into the timeline are automatically placed in the Project Temp folder as well. They will remain there, even if you delete them from the timeline. This way, you can always have quick access to all objects you've imported into the project. The part of your project corresponding to the position of the playback marker is always displayed in the Program Monitor. You can play back your current project using the Transport console, located under the monitor. You can move the playback marker wherever you want in the timeline. To make a cut at a certain position, click on the scissors icon in the toolbar. To make more specific cuts, you can increase the size of the view on the timeline by using the Zoom button in the bottom right of the Arranger. To remove an object, select it by clicking on it and press the Delete key on your keyboard. It's also easy to edit the beginning or ending of a clip with your mouse. Place your mouse over the small triangle on the edge of an object. Your mouse pointer will change into an icon with 2 arrows. Now, click and hold down the left mouse button to adjust the length of the clip. You can also use sample accurate editing in Video Pro X to make precise cuts in audio tracks and to avoid crackling. Ideally, the audio track will be cut at the point where it passes through the baseline. Zoom all the way in on the timeline. Look for the point where the waveform touches the baseline and cut the audio material here. When you are finished making cuts, select the mouse mode for one track in the toolbar and close all the gaps. To do this, simply move the back part of an object to the front part. After you are finished making cuts, you should optimize your footage. The comparison feature in the source monitor is very useful for synchronizing 2 recordings. Since both images are displayed next to each other, it is easier to compare the pictures and synchronize them. Synchronize the pictures using the following features: brightness or contrast, color, and color correction. To edit the images, you need to identify the differences between the images first. Analyze both pictures and synchronize their color values. When you are finished optimizing your footage, you should spend some time working on your audio material. Categorizing the audio files and distributing them onto different audio tracks is a helpful first step. First, normalize the levels and stereo distribution of the existing audio tracks. To do so, use the mixer window, where the different audio tracks are placed into individual channel strips. Use the faders to regulate the volume of the clips in the mix. Change the position of the file in the stereo spectrum with the Paranorma potentiometer. Always keep an eye on the recording level of the files. As soon as the level meter reaches the red range, the signal becomes distorted, producing ugly acoustic flaws. Audio recordings often need to be edited using an equalizer. An equalizer allows you to counteract the characteristics of a microphone, increase or decrease environmental noise, and improve the understandability of speech, among other things. To give your project a title, place the playback marker at the desired position and click on the T button in the toolbar. Now, enter the title you want. You can reposition the title by clicking and holding down the mouse button in the program monitor and moving it to the desired position. You can adjust a number of different text options such as font type, size, color, etc. in the Title tab in the Media Pool. All effects can also be applied to titles. For example, you can animate the text. When your project is finished, you can export the resulting movie in various formats. All available formats are located in the File menu under Export Movie. Click on the format you want. A dialog will open with various settings options. Normally, you should select one of the presets for export. Of course, you can also adjust each of the settings to meet your needs. Next, select a place to save your movie and a file name. Click OK to export the video file. You can also burn your movie to DVD or Blu-ray, complete with a menu. To do this, click on the disc icon in the upper right area. The Burn module consists of two different views. the Preview display, where you can view the menu and navigate it using a remote control, and the Edit display, where you have direct access to a wide variety of options and tools. The templates are located on the lower edge of the screen. Double-click a template to load it for your menu. Double-click on the text field to change the title of the disk. A selection dialog will open where you can set the text, font size, and 3D effects. Once you've finished designing your DVD, click on the button with the burning disk to access the disk selection menu. Select the desired format. Afterwards, check the settings and options and adjust them to your needs. Clicking the burn icon will start the burn process.